Welcome back, guys. We have a new update here. We have a recent update. New stuff is here. We have new loner decks. The trial campaign for ranked duels here. So first that you can choose a loner deck for the ranked. Then we also have new secret packs for these loner decks. Spoiler alert, I got 2 ultra rares from one of these free packs here. So thank you for that, Konami. We can quickly check that out. We also have a new solo mode available here. So a lot of new stuff. That's obviously quite nice. We have this Cyber Dragon secret pack, we have this Illusion secret pack, and then this Eldritch secret pack, which, spoiler alert, you should not get a single one of these. As you can see, the ultras are not that great in here. I guess this will also stay, but if I'm not mistaken here, we already have a Cyber Dragon pack here, though we might not. I'm not quite sure, and I know that we have a Cyber Dragon structure deck, I think, but these are not in there, the Sieger and the Infinity. And Infinity you deck actually need, so that might not be that bad. But yeah, I would not go ahead and pull from here. These are not the most amazing packs. Not quite sure what this is here. We have this Lila stuff in here, but then the other cards are a bit, so we have some of the Evil Twin stuff in here, but then also other stuff like Altergeist, very mixed here, even though Altergeist I think is not part of the loner decks that we can basically choose now in the ranked mode. And then we have the Eldritch stuff, unfortunately the old animation, not even the new Eldritch one, which definitely would be like a sales argument, you could say, if you still wanted the alternative art, but I think that you can still get the alternative art from a pack here. Correct me if I'm wrong, might not be the case now that I think about it. Okay, we have these new packs here. I would not suggest pulling from these. By the way, as we can see here, 14 days left on Nightmare Rivals, which definitely tells us that in around about 14 days, which should be the 4th or 5th of June, we will get the new pack with the Fire King stuff, guys. I'm very, very hyped. We can also check out the new loner decks here, that we can now choose here, which is very interesting. And if you're not aware, these loner decks here, this is not random. This is, I think this is really cool because this is something that Konami, basically did in the OCG, or will do in the OCG. As we can see, where are the loner decks? We have these tactical tri decks, right? This is what they are called, and they are coming out in the OCG. And there was a big controversy around these decks. A lot of people from the TCG understandably were a bit mad because they thought we would not get these decks in the TCG. I think we are still not quite sure whether we will get them, and I will show you why the people were mad. So this is a tactical tri-deck Cyber Dragon, which is the same one as in the in Master Duel. We can take a look at this in a moment, and as you can see, there are quite nice cards in here. For example, Azalea is still like a 10-15 euro card, and then you also have stuff like an Ash Blossom. We will probably not get a Maxi, but obviously the most impactful one would be the Triple Tactics Thrust, which is a card that is still at 40 euros and definitely a very strong card. You have a lot of staples in here: Droplet, Tactics, Storm, Infinite Permanence called by Raigeki, even though these staples obviously have been reprinted throughout the Rarity Collection 1 and 2 in different sets. So the Thrust would be the card that people are very hyped for, or would be very hyped for, if we would get this product over in the TCG. Then we got the second announcement for the tactical tri-deck, the Evil Twins. So the idea, I guess, is to get new players to play the game in the OCG, where you can buy a tournament ready deck. You could say you don't have a side deck, but this is, I think, the first time in basically the history of like structure decks where you get, I think if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, no, I was under the impression that you would get multiple of like Maxis and Ash Blossoms, and I think you get multiples of these. They just only show the cards that are represented here once. We can quickly check this out right here. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, you get multiples. Like, but here in this case, there is no Ash Blossom. There is Ash Blossom. Okay, so we are getting 2 Ash Blossoms and no Maxis here. Very interesting. No Maxis are in this deck, but you also get multiple of the staples. You can see right here we have 2 Lightning Storms, 2 Called Bys, which is very nice. Obviously, if this would be available for us to buy basically in Master Duel for, I don't know, 1,000 gems, then you would have access to the most important staples. That would be amazing, but unfortunately that's not the case. It's only for tryout. Here you can see there are also staples in here, very, very nice. Duster, Crossout this time around, Cosmic Cyclone, Infinite Permanence. Not as big as a banger, Access Code Talker as the other pack, because the Thrust is definitely the card, the chase card in these tactical tri decks. And then there was also the Eldritch one announced with stuff like a Zeus, which is very nice. The cannons here, once again, Ash Blossoms, you have Entes, you have Garua, you have once again staples, a Lightning Storm, a Pot, you have Foolish Burial, you have the Judgment, Banishment, you have TT, you have Skilled, when you have all the floodgates, basically get access to all the floodgates at once and when you buy this structure deck here. So really nice, or tactical tri decks as they are called. So the decks are really nice, really cool for the OCG. We can only hope that we will also see them in the TCG, because that would mean that Triple Tactics Trust will be a way more cheaper card. This is also cool because this is not the only good card in here, so people would definitely be motivated to pull this tactical tri deck, because there are also other good cards in here, good staples that you want, Azalea for example. This is not a full finished extra deck, and obviously you should not take these decks expecting a good performance in ranked when it comes to Diamond and Master and maybe even Platinum. But I think you can take them if you are a beginner in Silver and Gold, and maybe you have not a finished deck at this moment, and that's quite nice. Or you want to start Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and want to try it out, and I think it's really cool that they give you these decks that you can actually work with. For example, we have here the Sprite deck, which has all the Sprite cards. We should have gotten 2 Sprite Blues, I guess, but this is definitely not a bad deck in Silver and Gold. I guess you can win with these decks here, even though the strategy is not totally thought out, so it's definitely not 100% perfect. There are definitely cards missing here to make it a real impactful strategy. And then we can also see the Eldritch, which I think probably is the worst, question mark. The worst might also be the Cyber Dragon one. I guess the Cyber Dragon one is the worst, now that I think about this. This might not even be that bad, because we have some of the floodgates that can end games on their own, but I don't think you want new players to experience the horror that is floodgates when they first start playing the game. So I'm not quite sure if we are basically motivating the players in the right direction when it comes to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. As I already said, it would be amazing if we could just buy these tryout decks for, I don't know, 1,000 or maybe 2,000 gems, or maybe even more, right? Because getting cards like Zeus, and then you can also get even more ultra rares, as you can see right here, a lot of ultra rares here in the extra deck, and also in the main deck, of course. If we could buy them here in the shop, that would be amazing. Maybe this will come. I don't think so, to be honest, but we will see. Definitely a very cool thing for beginners, if you ask me. Very cool from Konami that they are also integrating this. I think this is what they want to do. They want to come closer to the TCG and OCG, but you can let me know in the comments what you think of this move here. By the way, if you like my videos, please consider subscribing, hitting a thumbs up and the notification bell. This helps me out a lot. And then we have new solo modes here, which I have not taken a look at. I would guess we will play the loner deck in these here, and hopefully, do we get like 200 gems for each of them? I guess not. Okay, this would have been too good. We have a practice mode here, and then we can get, I don't know, an icon, I guess, which I like, the Cyber Dragon icon. We have seen this in the leaks before, that this would come. We obviously were not quite sure how it would come or in which form it would come. Now we know that it is through the solo gates here. Unfortunately, this is what I'm always hyped for. We don't get gems, as it seems, and probably will not get gems in this one either. We will play with the loner decks, which is quite nice for beginners. Yeah, and you can see once again there's an icon here, so I guess it's not the craziest guess that we will also get an icon here with the Eldritch loner deck solo mode. So a bit of a disappointment, if you ask me. I am always hyped for these solo modes because these award you 200 gems for free. Oh, this one we also saw. Oh, this is an icon. Okay, I was under the impression this was also a mate. Isn't there also not a mate of this Eldritch here, which I would not personally make this into a mate, because I don't see why this should be a mate, honestly. But you can quickly check the shop. I was under the impression I have seen this before as a leak, basically, that this will come to us as a mate. Have we gotten this, and have I missed this? No, and does not seem to be the case. Okay, but yeah, this is the new stuff that we have available with this little update. We have seen this before in the data leak mines. I like these little updates. You can let me know in the comments what you think of them. Pretty cool for beginners, for players like me who are deeply into the game. I would say this obviously is useless, because I will not go and trade my Snake Eyes full power deck for one of the loner decks here in Master 2, because obviously this would not work. This season, by the way, I'm facing a lot of Snake Eyes players. I don't know, everyone seems to be on the snakes at the current moment. In there we have the new selection packs here, and then obviously also the event is still going on. But yeah, I am very hyped for the next pack, which should come, as I already said, around the 4th or 5th. But you can let me know in the comments what you think of these tryout loner decks. Maybe we will get them in the TCG. Would you be excited for that, or do you think this is a product that should remain in the OCG? Thanks for being here, guys. I hope you enjoy your day, and we will see each other in the next one.